done, and you can say, whatever. This is going to
But that's how I do all of my books and knitting projects. 2/3 done is close enough.
Close enough. We'll finish here. It's not C's for degrees. This is not university. This
There it is. Good enough is good enough.
it so doesn't work that way.
Bah! I reject your reality and substitute mine.
So, welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We are two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. Trust me, it's everything. It's episode 225. We've discovered that we don't play horseshoes or hand grenades, but we like to call everything 2/3 done. It's not. But it explains a lot of our crafting life.
So, like, I mean, you get 2/3 through a thing, and then you're like distracted by the next new shiny thing because 2/3 is like basically done.
Which
It's basically
is,
done. You can totally cast on something new. That's how that works.
This is how we end up with 15 whips each. This is how we get there. This is the thinking.
This box is entirely whips. This box is mostly things that just need to have their ends woven in. That's whips. That's end weaving.
Oh my god.
I'm the worst. In my defense, there is a giant bulky sweater in there that has like 2 ends to weave in. So like it's not as bad as it looks.
2 ends? 2
Yeah,
ends.
I know. Two. I'm
You
pretty
could
sure
do
it's 2.
those
I know,
while
it would
you're
take like
waiting
5
on
minutes.
while waiting for something to compile. You could weave in
Literally,
ends.
yes. Literally, yes. I could probably finish all of my end weaving in a day of waiting for things to compile at work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Just checking.
Have I done that in the last 6 months?
Nope.
No.
It's close enough. It's 2/3 done.
It's more than 2/3 done. Like, they're even washed and blah. Like 99.9% done.
Okay, can you finish those? That's just sad.
I know.
That's just
I'm the worst.
Oh my god. Guys, we're recording early this week, so heavens only knows what's gonna happen. My name is Jocelyn, my co-host is
Diana.
I currently call Winnipeg, Manitoba home, and Diana calls Waterloo, Ontario home. We are going to not be succinct because we never are, but Diana's going to let us know what we're going to cover, and I'm going to keep laughing at the fact that she can have so many things off her plate if she just woven ends.
I know. It's ridiculous. Okay. Oh, we've got what's in our cup, woolly workings, wool gathering, and actually that's it. Because we're recording on a Friday, so we have less stuff. And yet somehow we've still already been talking for an hour and a half before we've even started recording. I don't know. But hey, I'm going to be double vaccinated as of tomorrow and possibly out of commission on Sunday, which is a usually recording day, which is why we're doing this early.
Yeah. Which is totally fine because, I don't know, it could go well, it could go bad. Mine went fine.
I could be fine. I'm hoping fine.
Yeah. I mean, plan for the worst, hope for the best, and just...
Yeah.
If you know what your body does, you're good to go. It should be fine. You should be. You always hear the horror stories. Does that make sense? Like you never hear people going, it was totally fine. Not enough of us say that, but it goes fine. But boy, do we hear the horror stories.
Well, like yours went fine. My mom had hers the other day. She was fine.
Yeah.
Every one of the guys on my team at work has been out for at least a day after theirs.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister and brother-in-law had problems for 3 or 4 days. I heard about it a lot. What? So I know bodies are different. Everybody reacts differently, but
it seems like 50-50. I could be fine, a little sleepy. That's how I was after the first one. I could be dead for 3 days. I don't know.
I was sleepy. Same as the first one. Same as my first one. I was just sleepy for a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, did I take the next day off? Yes. Did I still baby my body? Well, duh. I mean, I still drank, I think it was like 2 liters of water after getting my shot before going to bed. Did I ice pack my arm? Yeah, my arm hurt. Because my arm hurt.
Yeah. Of course it will. You stuck a needle in it.
I stuck a needle in it. So, I mean, I also know my body reacts relatively fine to that's pretty much what happens whenever I get the flu shot. And because I know that's what my body does for vaccines, it's like, Then I slept for 18 hours. So that's what I do. So, okay, cool. So hopefully it goes as smoothly for you as it did for me, because that's an ideal, I guess.
We can hope, but just in case I'm dead for 3 days,
Let's
Might
record
as well
now.
do it early. Plan for the worst. Hope for the best.
This happy Friday afternoon, I'm drinking coffee.
I am also drinking coffee, caffeinated coffee. I'm going to be up so damn late because it's already 5:30 for me.
Hey, listen, because we're doing it now instead of Sunday, it means on Sunday I can actually go out and help be a booth babe at a fiber market.
Which is going to be super
What?
fun, and I'm jealous.
Uh-huh.
Not of the
Well,
ridiculous
not
heat,
not
but
like 34, 35-degree heat, but the fibering part will be delightful.
it will. I'm excited. I want pictures.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
So what is your
No,
coffee?
I'm just drinking some decaf McDonald's coffee because I like McDonald's coffee. It is ye old basic cup of joe, and that's what I wanted.
I am finishing off the last of my coffee subscription beans from Smile Tiger, which is this week's or the last subscriptions blend was the Nightmare Hippie Girl.
Oh, right. I remember that.
It's a medium dark roast. So, I mean, fresh roasted bean coffee is always really good. So
it is. I really like it. I also really needed coffee in a pinch and couldn't wait for the We Roast on Mondays roaster that's here in the city that I really like. So I have emergency coffee.
It's always good to have emergency coffee.
I went to Walmart and bought some decaf McDonald's coffee. That's what I did, guys. That's my emergency coffee. Hey, it worked. My cat went to the vet this week.
Oh, that sounds traumatic.
For the cat.
For the cat, yes.
The human, not so much. For the cat, yes. They trim nails at that vet hospital.
That's nice.
Clinic at less than $20.
Heck yeah.
I had her nails trimmed. And she got her regular yearly wellness. They call them wellness checks now. Guys, she went in for shots. She went in, got her yearly shots. And then because she's strictly an indoor cat, there's one set of shots she gets every other year because she doesn't go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. So we had both shots. And then apparently she's way too fat. I know she's fat. I don't think she's quite that fat, but cool. So she came out. She'd been fully vetted. I guess the vet poked and prodded and trimmed her nails and gave her shots, and she got mad and pooped on the vet. well, good she for her. Told you off. She's like, oh yeah, no, she is not happy with me. She's never done that on me, so no, she really is not happy with you.
Yeah, wow.
She's had the same vet since she was a kid, and she's like, yeah, no, she gets stressed at the end because she can't climb up on top of mommy and try to climb down the front of my cat tries to climb down the front of my shirt when she's done with the vet.
Mm-hmm.
So she climbs up onto her human, and then she starts to climb down the front of my shirt because she's done. So she's gonna go hide now. She doesn't fit, guys.
But she tries.
But she did as a kitten. She could get in there and hide from the vet, right? She can't now because she came home and she was, palm size, two handfuls. Now she's much larger.
Oh, so my brother got a new little kitten last Saturday.
Yeah. Do we have a name now?
Yes, the kitten has a name. The kitten's name is Gilbert.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
My brain went Gilbert and Sullivan?
He's no,
a music major, so...
No, actually it's so my brother was of the age to be watching the kids show Caillou. And the cat in that show is named Gilbert. And so he had a Beanie Baby cat that looked nothing like the cat on the show, but he named that cat Gilbert. So his favorite childhood stuffed animal was Gilbert. And so now he's got a cat that he's named Gilbert. That coincidentally looks like the cat in the show Caillou.
Perfect. Well, that worked out well.
But Gilbert has learned that Charlie will let him kind of become like a fur ruff around the back of his neck. So my brother's like on the computer trying to do work and he's sending us pictures of this cat that's just dead asleep draped around his neck, which is fine now when he's a 2-month-old kitten, but
too late. It's a lifelong habit now.
Yeah. So, my brother thinks it's adorable and is fully on board with this. And, I'm looking forward to a year from now when he's going, God damn, this cat on my back is killing me.
Yep. Because she has been climbing up and draping herself in my shirt and on my back, my shoulders since she was a kitten. It's her favorite place. I hope your brother's excited for neck ruff for the next 20 years.
At the moment, he is. So
We'll see how, yeah.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Adorable when they're kittens.
Oh, so cute.
It's actually going to give him neck pain when she's an adult. Or when he's an adult. I don't know if Gilbert's a boy or girl.
Boy.
Boy, okay. When he's an adult, so that's funny. So funny. I mean, still really delightfully good, so that works. All right.
It makes for lots of cute pictures for me, so I'm happy.
With 30+ degree heat, I'm still not wearing cool threads because it's hot.
Yeah, no, it's been about the same, and like 70 to 95% humidity. Like the air is wet.
See, no, at least okay, it's too dry here, but even like on a summer when we grew up in Manitoba, it was never that humid for the most part.
Yeah, like humidity was a weird thing. Humidity is an all the time thing here.
Yeah.
It's now, I mean, my hair's happy about it because my hair is actually naturally curly and it springs up in the humidity. So my hair is doing great. Like I've got more volume than I've ever had in my life. The rest of me is melting.
Well, I melt every summer. No humidity, which is not good for us because we're in a drought. We're in a bad drought right now. But boy, do we have heat. Thank heavens there's always a breeze. And everyone's like, what's the breeze? Do you guys have a breeze? In the middle of a very flat prairie. We always have a breeze.
There is always a breeze.
There's a breeze. If there's a day with no breeze, it's weird, and you'll see us standing around in confusion because that is how rare it is.
Breezes. There's a lack of breeze in here. Oh, I just remembered I have a fan. Oh, I'm happier now. Oh, this is glorious. Okay.
Good.
Okay, this is better. Life is better now.
Life is better? All right. That's fine.
Yeah, I've got stage lights and a computer and 2 monitors pumping out heat with the door closed and weak AC. Just in this room. It's fine in every other room. It's just weak in this one.
Cool. That's helpful.
Yeah, it's great. It gets warm in here when we record.
Yikes. Oh well. I mean, the bright side is we don't have a lot of subjects, and since there's no cool threads and you're still really not supposed to go anywhere, we can jump right to what we're working on.
Okay. If we're counting my theoretical stuff, I have 5 things.
Which is good because I have 5 real things.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, it's tradition for you to start, so let's do that.
I am working on my sock. The sock! I have not gotten a lot done on the grayscale sock. I'm still making my way up to the heel. I should, in theory, I have to be done the heel by Saturday night if I'm going to take this and work on the leg on Sunday. So I got to get moseying on this, guys. But this is my roundy round basic. This is my grayscale sock. It is one of the socks I'm going to do for the summer sock along we've got running right now. Yeah, I'm pretty much at heel. That's how long my foot is, guys. I can stick my whole hand in. I got a long, big foot. It's how it works when you have size 10 ladies' feet. So I'm working on that, and I'm making steady progress. This is the second sock. The first sock is already done, so I'm almost done a pair of socks for the summer sock along. I've not picked up the Diana socks, the Coffee Date socks, which is the second, like the other pair I started. Mostly because I need to sit down and be able to do it long enough to memorize the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had quite that much time to myself to just sit and do that without having a ton of other things in my brain. Yeah. I'm hoping this week that is the case and I can do that and we're good, because then I can get started on other things. Oh yeah, I'm like half an inch to my heel, so I'm almost at my heel. So that works fine. So do that, no problem. And hopefully I have time next week to start my crochet socks. Though, if I'm honest, I probably won't have time till August to start the crochet socks.
With all the stuff we were discussing before we started, I think you're busy for the remaining 2 weeks of August.
Or July. We're not in August yet.
July. Gosh. Sorry, I'm just trying to speed you along.
By making me panic and think it's a whole month later. Thanks.
Yeah.
You're going to give me a heart attack.
So helpful.
My brain went, nope, that's not right. If it was August, you would be freaking out.
I'm just trying to give you a friendly little nudge.
There's a nudge and there's a shove off the side of a cliff. I think you went for the shove off the side of a cliff motion. Holy Moses. Okay, cool. Good. It's good. Good. Good thing I don't drink caffeine. This would be okay. Do not startle me like that. All right, you've got real knitting and theoretical knitting, so whichever way you want to start.
All right, well, let's start with the least interesting real knitting. The least interesting real knitting is, hey, I finally got a second pair of sock needles. So I could finally start the second sock for the Mr. Diana socks that are now a solid month overdue.
Oh yeah, they are now.
Yeah, those were supposed to be done for the 14th of June.
It's now the 15th of July.
This is the 16th of July. So yeah, I cast on the I picked these up yesterday, and I started the toe, and that's what I'm working on while we're recording. This is the nuthatch yarn from Fireweed Fiber Co. Red-breasted nuthatch?
Red-breasted nuthatch.
Hey, it was some kind of nuthatch. Anyway, but yeah, so that was the other sock. As I punch the microphone, in case anybody has forgotten, standard vanilla sock, fish lips, kiss heel.
Yep. It's a sock that works for him and fits his feet well.
It does indeed. And I have to say, these needles that I got from Michael's, I bought these ones because this is my only option for sock needles. This is all they had in the sock needle size.
Yeah.
They're kind of crap. Do not recommend Michael's for sock needles, but you know what? I was there anyway for other things that I'll talk about in a few minutes, and I needed sock needles. So I have sock needles now. It's fine. I can deal with it. I don't recommend them.
Yeah.
The join is terrible.
Well, it's always one of those ones that you can, when you get a chance to go to the local knitting store and you can get better needles, you can just set those aside for in case of emergencies, like the ones you're working on break and you need to put the sock on something that isn't a broken needle and cord.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have some of those.
They're fine. They'll work.
Yeah.
I will get better needles when the yarn store is open.
Mm-hmm. Good call. Yeah, Wolseley Wool is open and they're having their summer sale. Must stay away.
Oh.
I'm moving. Do not need more yarn right now. What's worse, guys, is all of the apartments I've been looking at are closer to Wolseley than here. This does not bode well for next summer. Because then I could just get up and walk over.
Like, oh, what new yarns do you have on sale this morning?
It's going to be dangerous. Next summer's sale is going to be very, very dangerous.
Suddenly you just have most of Wolseley's stock in your apartment.
Jocelyn, your wall yarn continues to be growing. We're not discussing that. I'm insulating.
Suddenly every single wall in your apartment is just lined with the cube shelves stacked full of yarn, or you get the pegboards for the hand painted stuff.
Could you just imagine my dad? Because you had to give up books doesn't mean you needed to replace it with something that takes up as much space. Well,
you say that, but it's squishy and it's pretty. And look, I'm making my own clothes. I'm sustainable and green, and
I'm keeping busy, Daddy. Leave it alone. Yes,
exactly.
All right. Shall we talk about the FO this week that I need to pull apart and make tweaks on because bodies are shaped funny?
Okay.
The bodies are shaped funny, guys.
Yeah, bodies are shaped pretty funny.
Warning, I'm going to talk about boobs.
Scandalous.
I made that bralette thing I was saying I was going to make.
Oh, hey, that looks great.
It's awesome. It fits great. My cup size, which I did according to the math, would work if I had more side boob. Does that make sense? So not all boobs are the same, and not all boobs on your body are like one's bigger than the other, one's shaped.
Oh yeah, we're asymmetrical for sure.
We're asymmetrical, and we don't all carry our tissue in the same place. So some of us carry a lot of tissue on the side, some of us carry a lot of tissue underneath and at the front. I carry almost all of mine at the front and underside. So I have to be careful when I'm getting fitted because they leave a lot of space for the side, which I don't have. I don't have. So I fit it, but I've got way too much space. So while my length and depth is perfect for the top, for like, it's a racer back, guys. For everything else is perfect, I have too much side cup. So I need to pull the front back to the point where I need it to stop. And I'm going to put a clippy marker in where I need it to stop. And then from that point, I need to go down the length till it's time to do the decreases, and then count it out and just look at the pattern and go, okay, if I have this many stitches, what decrease rate do I need to go? Because I have an extra 2 fingers worth of space in fabric on either
yeah,
side.
that's too much space. That's
too many. But it's not the pattern's fault. It's just that's just where I carry my boob material.
Boobs especially are shaped much weirder than most people realize.
And having a good fit, I knew meant some fiddling for this process because I want it to wear it as a pajama top so that I don't have to wear the heavier stuff. So this is some of that cotton that Susanna sent me. And like, it's a great pattern. Diana's going to link it for you guys. It's from Melody's Makings. It's just a racer back bralette. And like, she's got size inclusivity. So she has you do the math for your inches around, and her cup sizes go from A to something like J.
That's a range.
She gives you a range of cup sizes to function with, and if I carried side tissue the way some other people do, it would fit perfect. Mine are weird because they're large, but there's very little side tissue, so like that's just my own personal way my body's structured, and that's fine. This is something blossom, citrus blossom. This is some Karen cake, guys. I still have 4 balls of this Karen cake, Karen cotton cakes in the citrus bloom colorway, which is what I've been using. I mean, it's going to have a matching short set. So, but I wanted to show this off and discuss, because I mean, we need to be open about these things. It fits, but I got too much over here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I need to technically
I super like that. I might need to make one because that looks really great.
I've been wearing it around the house even though it's too big, because it is that dang comfortable. And she even gives instructions on how to elasticize your bottom band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she has you fold it in half and stick an elastic in there if you want, or you can make it longer to double your material to stick a wider band elastic in there. So, because I'm going to have extra yarn, that's what I'm going to do. So, I'll have an elastic in here, and a nice wide 2-inch elastic with cotton on either side. It's wrapped around a half double crochet cotton. I'm not going to feel it. That's going to be comfy as heck.
Oh man,
comfy as heck.
I want one right now.
Took me 2 double features, so it took me like 6 hours.
Wow.
Like, it does not take long to crochet these things. So will I be
BRB,
making more?
I gotta go back to Michael's for more yarn.
Pretty much, eh? So will I be making more of them? Yes. Because if I've got a couple, then I've got a couple for when I'm puttering around the house and in the morning and I'm making breakfast and I don't want to necessarily put on a real bra. But I need something to hold them while I do stuff. So I am so happy, and I love her size range. But I mean, either work with the gauge and do your gauge swatch, or understand you're going to be fiddling and doing some ripping back. I went and I figured out what gauge I needed, and I needed to actually go down a hook size from her gauge, so which is fine. I'm usually right on par, just a little bit loose in my crochet, which I understand makes no sense given how tight I am when I knit.
Just be consistent, jeez.
No, I refuse. I refuse. So I did that, and that was great. So I'm gonna now, I'll rip it back and make the cup length longer but less wide so that it fits my specific boobs well. Because if I made it a smaller cup, there's not enough cup to put all of me into.
Yeah.
But I don't have side boob. The only reason I have spherical ones is because this cup's a bit small, so it squishes them in the front, so there is side boob. There's not actually any side boob on its own. It's how I'm built. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's just bodies are weird, and this is one of the weird things about mine. And now you know way more than you ever need to know about my chest.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go back to feet for a minute.
Okay, cool. A little less controversial.
I don't have a lot of progress to report, but the Diana socks for our sock along they're coming along.
Oh, good.
Let's see if I can hold this close enough so that this is the back side, so you can see the cable. And this is the front side. The lace is going to be a lot more apparent when it's actually stretched out on a foot. I realize it looks like really busy right like this. But when there's let me just put this on my wrist here. When there's a foot behind it, you can actually see the lace.
Yeah.
So this is wonderful and lovely and has no centered double T creases. The lace has good flow and it has a cable, and I'm still really excited and happy about these, and I want to work on them all the time, except other things have closer deadlines, so I haven't been working on them very much, even though I really, really, really want to. That's my rant. And those are out of the purple something finch. The purple finch. It's just a purple finch from Fireweed Fiber Co. Because apparently that's all I knit socks out of now is Fireweed Fiber Co. Sock Club yarn.
Well,
apparently
I mean,
that's everything now.
We've been getting them steadily since January.
I mean, I'm gonna have 12 whole sets by the end of the year to do stuff with. I guess it makes sense.
It's gonna happen.
I was running low on sock yarn. I am no longer low on sock yarn. Okay. It's great.
Okay.
I love it.
I've been looking at the new line from Opal. I'm gonna have to order at least 2 or 3 skeins.
I'm definitely going to probably gonna buy a bunch more sock yarn when I can finally go to the local yarn store that is not Michael's.
The line colorway is called the Black Dragon series.
Oh, dragon. I want dragon. I want dragon socks.
How do I not buy self-striping yarn with names like Black Dragon or Mysterious
you
Dragon?
Buy it all.
You buy it all. You
all
buy
of
it all.
Sorry, it's really warm in here.
That's totally fair. Get the door. It's like $19.95 a ball from Yarn Canada for me. I mean, in theory, I move closer to Woolsley Wool here shortly, and then I just go down and see if they have any in store first. And if they don't, then order from Yarn Canada. But I'm not there yet. I'm still out in the suburbs, people. Getting closer. So that's it. I'm up again?
Yes.
I never put away these cotton cake yarns. They're still sitting beside me, tempting me, judging me for not making them right now because it's summertime. And we all know I fall down a crochet rabbit hole in the summer because I fall down a crochet rabbit hole in the summer. And I finished the bralette and I was like, I want matching hot pants. That's right, you heard me, hot pants. I want a bralette and hot pants for 40 plus degree heat or 35 plus degree heat because I want to be wearing as little as possible inside my apartment for bedtime. As little as possible, while still somewhat obeying public nudity laws, even though I'm technically in my own home, so I don't have to. I'm not comfortable enough with myself to do quite that. So I cast it on the front panel of hot pants. It's a chain. It's a chain I'm currently working my way back across for body part pieces. I don't remember what blog I found this on, but I will make sure Diana's got the link for you guys so you can go see them. They're cute little booty shorts. They're cute little crochet booty shorts done in like a half double crochet. I'm going to make the legs a touch longer so that they fit my frame better. And of course, since I'm making it crochet, if I need to add a few more increases or do something for it, I can do that. The sizing isn't as good. It only goes up to like a 36-inch waist on the booty shorts. But if we're honest about it, you can just make that initial chain or foundation. Well, they do a foundation crochet, and I prefer the sort of stiffness you get from the chain. When it stays better, there's not quite as much give to it. So you could do it by making the chain the length you need to go around your dimensions, whatever those dimensions are, and then just do the increases as prescribed, putting it on every once in a while to check to make sure if you need more increases or not before you're done, or if you need more length or not before you're done, and split for your legs. It's not hard to adapt. So that is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to adapt it so that it fits me the way I need it to. Same way as I'm adapting the bralette pattern so it fits me. Like I didn't do the waistband size for my rib cage. Mine is smaller because I want a snugger rib cage band. So I just made a smaller rib cage band, and now I need to make longer cups at a smaller. It's bodies are weird. Bodies are weird, but I want comfortable fitted bralette and booty shorts to wear around my apartment space. Why not?
No, do it.
It's in cotton and acrylic, so I can absolutely wash it and dryer it. And it's, again, out of this stuff, because I have 6 balls. So I might try for 2 pairs. I might try for 2 pairs of booty shorts and 2 bralette tops out of this.
God, that's gonna be so comfy.
I am so grateful that Susanna sent me some cotton yarn because I am absolutely turning it into stuff as fast as possible. And it's summertime, so it's crochet because we all know how I get in the summer, guys.
So I've just noticed I have a fiber flub about the sock. About the socks that I was working on.
That's not in our to-do list. You did not put that in show note.
Well, it's too bad I'm talking about it because I'm gonna have to rip it back and I'm sad. So
no.
This is supposed to be a wedge toe. Note this lovely curve here where I wasn't paying attention and was doing increases on every row. That is not a wedge. That is a curve. That is not the shape of the toe that I wanted. That does not fit human feet terribly well. That's gonna make a weird bubble. So I'm gonna have to pull that out, and I'm sad. But somehow the other side isn't as apparent.
So you were okay. You were just decided to increase.
I was too excited
round?
to increase, and I just increased every single round somehow instead of every other round.
Okay.
And I'm sad.
Okay. I mean, we've all done it. We've all done it. We've all been there like, ooh, oh, my foot doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, at least you found
gonna
out.
Pull that back
now instead of when you were like halfway up the foot.
Yeah.
Because that would have sucked more.
I like put it down for a second to have some coffee. I'm like, that's not the right shape. It's not the right shape at all.
Whoops. Oopsies. Oh well. Bright side, it's back to you, so you could uplift us from that sad, depressing story with theoretical. Are we on theoretical?
No, this is my last real thing. This is my last real knitting. Ooh. And I made real progress on the real knitting.
What?
Which is why I have little progress on anything else. I made real progress on the Mohairino medley. I finished that section.
Look at that.
I finished the section and I started the next section. So there. And that progress keeper is accurate to when we recorded last Sunday. So there.
That's a lot, because that's only been 6 days since we recorded. 5 days since we recorded.
Yeah. So I finished the section that I didn't like because I had to count. And so I just powered through it and counted, and eventually it kind of turned into a pattern of counting. I had to count the whole darn time though, and I didn't like it. The next section is going to zoom because you have to count for one row, but it's an 8-row repeat. And the other ones are just knit back and forth. So like you have to count on row 1, and then the other 7 rows are just plain vanilla, and it's great. And you just switch colors every other row. So the next section here is going to zoom. If we're recording on Sunday, I'd probably be done this section 2, but we're a few days early.
That's fine. We'll be a few days late next week, so.
That's true. So maybe I can aim for 2 sections next week.
Maybe, yeah. That is amazing. That's so exciting.
Gosh, that looks good on camera. Oh, I'm really excited about that.
It looks great in person, but it looks
this section is like, it's so squishy, and it like has a halo and is really fun. It feels really good. I'm really
excellent.
I enjoy the texture of this section. I don't like knitting it, but I enjoy the texture of it.
That's fair. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that's growing up.
So that is the Mohairino medley by Stephen West for our spring cleaning cal that's supposed to be done by the end of the month. Will it be done by the end of the month? Whoops, that light died. Okay. I just noticed it get darker. One of my lights died.
All right.
That's okay. So this is supposed to be done by the end of the month. I don't think it's going to be done by the end of the month, but I'm going to try. I'll give it a good try.
We're going to give it the ye old college try. Some elbow grease it.
Yeah.
Elbow grease.
So this section is using, I got to hold this up with my other hand, color C of the set of 5, which is Metal Dust. Come on, focus on the yarn.
So pretty.
So this is a silvery gray with like copper orange bits in it.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble keeping the ball bands like stuffed in the middle of these things so that I remember what they all are, because some of them, I picked one of the more subtle kits, so the colors are fairly similar, and I can't remember what they all are.
Since we pretty much want sweater quantities in each one of those shades of gray, it's not helping any of us, because we both really, really love all those shades of gray.
And this is color B, which was also used in the first section, and this is Arctic Wolf, which is sort of beige and light gray silver.
That's fair.
So that is where that's at.
Doing the math, it only takes 2 skeins of fingering and 2 colors to make that striped t-shirt I keep looking at.
Well, do it. That's hardly any yarn at all.
I know. Well, it's because it calls for like, at my size, I'm still aiming for like 1,600 yards, but because it's a short cap sleeve, I don't need all that extra yardage for my limbs plus the extra yardage for the length of me. I can just go for a 1,600, which is still a bit more than actually needed, so I can get that extra length in the body, and it's fine. And that's 4 skeins of fingering comfortably. So like, I'm not worried about having to play yarn chicken with anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah. So I'm like, I gotta keep an eye out for those yarn colors. Things and stuff and things. Listen, they talked me into making a jelly roll blanket. And I mean, talked me into is very loose. I want one. I like the way they look. I like, because you see a lot of them with the vertical stripes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what a jelly roll blanket is, right? Yes? Like, you were lurking in the Discord. You followed the links.
I remember people were talking about it. I don't remember specifically what it looked like.
So there's strips of knits, garter knit, I think, or stockinette knit. And so you get that roll on the edge.
Okay.
And then you line up the strips and you sew them together so that the roll is there. So you get the fabric panels with the little roll, stockinette roll.
Interesting.
And it's sewn together so you still have that roll in the fabric. They're really cute. Like, look them up, guys. Jelly roll blankets. They're really cute. I like the vertical stripes over the horizontal stripes.
Okay.
And you can use, it's a scrap project. So like, you could use half skeins, quarter skeins, mini skeins, because you make long strips and then you sew those strips together.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Super cute. I want one in Halloween.
Oh, yes, of course.
Because a vertical striped Halloween jelly roll blanket?
Yes.
Yes.
Very much yes.
Yes.
Lots of yes.
Yes. Do you know what that means, right? I gotta start buying Halloween yarn again. Not that I wasn't going to.
Such a hardship.
And now there's a plan.
There's a justification for the thing you were going to do anyway.
Mm-hmm. And boy, I love justifications. I think it'd be really cool, like, just to pull it out at Halloween, and that's my couch throw. Halloween jelly roll blanket.
I mean, why wait for Halloween?
It's going to take me a million years to make the bloody thing, because I'm going to have vertical strips 3 feet wide, and it's got to be 6 feet tall, because I apparently don't know how to be tiny in any respect. Voice, body size, personality. It's all go big or go home in this family. If you ever meet a group of Douglases, I'm sorry in advance. We're not what people would label as demure.
No.
No.
But very fun.
No. Yes. But not demure. I have to know what you are, and that's the important part.
A quiet tea party is not what you're getting.
No raucous house party with no booze. Even though we will sound like we've been having a lot, we're pretty much sober.
It's kind of the best, though, honestly. Like,
yeah, I had the cool parents. It was the best part.
Getting to act drunk without actually being drunk, so like you don't actually do anything stupid.
No. I mean, I used to get drunk and do dumb things. That is what your late teens, early 20s is for.
Yeah, I missed that phase entirely.
Well, I've got a cousin whose only goal this summer is to somehow end up in a kiddie pool drinking stuff with those little umbrellas in it.
You know, I keep thinking about getting the little kiddie wading pool for the backyard.
Yeah, sit out back with your feet in the kiddie pool. Yeah. Eat your drinks with the umbrellas in them.
Yeah.
Like, that is a legit summer goal, people. That's a legit summer goal, because then your feet are nice and cool. So you're kind of cooler, and you're drinking and sitting in the kiddie pool. You will look trailer park as all get out. Doesn't matter. Do it because it's fun. Do it because it's fun.
The flattest part of my yard is where the fire pit is. So if I just like smooth it out and like put a plank of wood on top, I can totally put a little kiddie pool on top of the fire pit. Because otherwise it all slopes towards the back of the yard. And that wouldn't quite work.
It wouldn't quite work. I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, you fall asleep. The kiddie pool sides are not solid. You'll fall and the water comes out. So
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
And I'm talking like one of the little ones that's like for toddlers, so it's only like 6 inches high at best.
Yeah, just enough to sit in. Well, I mean, when I worked back when I was 14, 15, summer of my 15th year, I've been working a very long time. I had all of the stuff required to go work at those community kiddie pools, like the graduated wading pool.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that for a summer. And I had to work with a registered lifeguard because I was not registered. I was also only 15, but I was the helper. So like I had the lanyard, I did the crafts, the whole 9 yards all summer. That was the summer I played my Ace of Base cassette because I'm old, right out biking back and forth because I biked to and from my work. It was work. I was paid. It was work, and that's what I did for a summer. Boy, was I brown, and boy, was my hair blonde. My whole summer I worked in a swimming suit, in a swimsuit, shorts and a tank top. That was my swimming attire. That was my legit. That was my stuff. But I loved it. It was great because I got a little warm, I just walked further into the gradated pool. As long as like my feet and my lower calves were covered, I cooled off just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Water's
like
amazing like that.
And that thing gets drained and filled every morning. Like drained every morning, drained at the end of the day and filled the next time you're there, because it is enough water that a little kid could drown in, like a tiny person.
Mm-hmm.
And they were lifeguarded, so like one of my jobs was filling the pool in the morning, and one of them was emptying the pool at the end of the day. Cleaning up after children who had been playing with glue and arts and craft supplies.
No, you cannot go into the pool covered in glitter. Go have a shower.
Yes, that was a legit no. We need to wash the glue off your hands from building your popsicle stick cabins because you can't take that into the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. Filling water balloons, buckets of water balloons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like water balloons are great.
That was one of my favorite jobs ever because it's like, oh, I gotta go to work today. Mom's like, okay, I'm fine to get to work, and it's like first thing you gotta do is fill up 4 5-liter buckets of water balloons for the kids to throw at each other. Oh no, I have to sit on the floor, outside on the ground in the sun, filling water balloon buckets for 40 minutes. Oh, so hard.
Just so the worst.
Just the worst. So like I had a great deal of fun with it, but that was the little kiddie pools. I've been a fan of the kiddie pools, or the gradated wading pools, I guess they're called, for a very long time, for very good reasons.
We deviated. I don't know what we're talking about. Whose turn is it to talk about a thing?
It's my turn.
Okay.
We got on to kiddie pools, but I remember it's my turn. Remember how I said that cotton yarn was staring at me?
Mm-hmm.
Judging me.
Okay. So what'd you make?
This beautiful driftwood. Look at this beautiful driftwood.
Yeah.
This is another Karen cake. This is all Susanna. Guys. Karen cotton cake. A little pale for me to wear because we're a little pastel-y.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? For pajamas, who cares? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. Or like an around the house thing, it's fine. I really liked the bralette. I liked the racerback style. I was super lazy and didn't want to get on the computer to go find, because there has got to be a tank top pattern, a racerback tank top pattern in crochet. There has got to be a pattern.
Oh, for sure.
There's no way there isn't a pattern for it, but I'm writing my own just cause. So I started at the top of the racerback so that you can pull the straps up from the cast on edge, so you could have a short chain cast on edge, which will give you some stability.
Okay.
Without being like tight anywhere. And then I did that, and then I figured out how to extend out because I want the gradient to flow.
Okay.
Well, on both front and back. So here we go. I got the gradient. Now I'm making my way down my back panel. So 2 pieces, nice. A front and a back. So you get this nice cut. Like, this is a beautiful colorway. It'll just look it's a little too muted for my skin tone, but to wear around the house, again, as a pajama.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Top will be great. And heavens knows, I own yoga capris. Like nobody's business. I like own 14 pairs or something crazy. I own a lot of yoga capris.
That's so many.
I do yoga every day. Every day. So I own a lot because I don't do laundry every 4 days.
Yeah.
And I don't like wearing stuff I've been sweaty in.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan. I'm a little bougie that way. So I am slowly making myself a relaxed racerback tank top. So I got to do the front, which I have to decide. And I've made several inches down my back, and like, look how much cake I still have left.
Dang, that's gonna be like a 1 cake project.
Well, not both front and back, but I should be able to get the back done in the first cake and the front done in the second cake, no problem. So it's like a two giant cotton cakes, because these are like the 500-yard cakes.
Yeah.
That's 1,050 yards for a tank top at my size in crochet. Like, that's not bad at all.
No.
No, so like I'm super happy with how this is progressing. Is it outside wear? No, guys, listen. Like, I can see through here. I'm not wearing this outside without another tank underneath, because that's a thing.
You just layer your other bralette under it.
God,
it'll be fine.
It'll be so much worse.
If you just put enough layers on there, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. So I'm making my way through that. And it's a 5mm hook. There is no pattern for that. There is Jocelyn notes, which I will inevitably end up sending to Asa to edit, because she's right. I need to start farming more stuff out and getting stuff done. So I needed to do something with the driftwood cakes. And I'm like, that's going to be a perfect go with my yoga capris, do my yoga in the morning. Excellent.
You're inspiring me to make all of these crocheted garments. And I don't have time for this. I have so many other things to finish. Stop that.
Every summer, what happens now? I fall down a crochet hole to like sometime around
Stop enabling me. Stop it.
Nada. I refuse, because I need testers for this tank top. Let me know when you've bought some yarn. So that's that. I'm out of crochet things now. That's 3 crochet items. Oh my God. That's the last thing I've been working on crochet wise. So it's back to you. I've got one more thing after this.
Well, speaking of crocheting things with Karen cakes, you may remember I was absolutely obsessed with making this patchwork cardigan like a month or 2 ago. I don't even remember at this point.
See those stacks?
Yeah.
That's all you guys get to see. There's your sneak peek. Stacks of crochet.
I just realized I managed to grab 2 that are the same texture. Anyway, so if you may remember, I had finished all my squares, but I had maybe 50 grams left of, I think this, I don't remember, one of the colors. And it was definitely not going to be enough for all of my cuffs and everything. And so I was kind of on hold until I figured out what I was making all my cuffs out of.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally went to Michael's because we finally got into stage 2 this week. So we could finally do indoor shopping this week. So I finally went to Michael's. I mean, I could have done a curbside pickup, but I really wanted to do like the color comparison.
Yeah, no.
So I was really hoping that they might have more of either of the colors that I used, but I guess I'm a few seasons out for getting more of this color. So that was not an option. What I did find, I found a Karen skinny cake, which is technically 1 yarn weight lighter, but I think since it's for cuffs anyway, and you want those to be a little bit smaller so it cinches in, because the idea is that it's a big baggy cardigan that cinches in at the cuffs.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be okay anyway, and it's just like 1 yarn weight, so it's hardly different.
Oh yeah, no.
So I found the Baked Alaska, which is all just
nice.
shades of gray.
Yeah.
So it doesn't clash with any of the blues or greens.
Good.
Because it's just shades of gray. And it also doesn't clash with my shade of gray because it's just more shades of gray. And because it's Karen cakes, it's like the same family of grays.
Nice. Done.
So there we go. My cuffs are going to be shades of gray in Baked Alaska.
Well, that's fine because shades of gray look good on you.
Yes. Yes, they do.
So that works perfect.
As I sit here in my white and navy shirt. Yes, shades of gray.
I'm wearing a gray shirt. It's not like I'm going to judge you here.
So that's some theoretical knitting. I purchased yarn so that I can continue on with that project.
Hey, we all saw the all cap lock statement on Discord that you made it in and out of Michael's, having only picked up what you went in for.
Yeah, I know. It was amazing. I needed sock needles and I needed yarn for the patchwork cardigan. And I came out of Michael's with sock needles and yarn for the patchwork cardigan, and that's it. I did not spend $100 in Michael's. We have determined that I am 3 aliens in a trench coat now.
Yes.
Because I also, Mr. Diana offered me chocolate later in the evening, and I was like, no thanks, I don't feel like chocolate. And he just kind of looked at me like, what? It's like dark chocolate, right? Like the good stuff. And so I am 3 aliens in a trench coat now, because I can
Well,
go to Michael's and only get the stuff I need and then refuse chocolate.
I mean, you came home and you posted it. I said, well, you're clearly an alien, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. So 3 aliens in a trench coat.
3 aliens in a trench coat.
Yep.
Or you could be kobolds in a trench coat.
I could be. Or goblins. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go with aliens.
Aliens? Okay.
Go for a sci-fi theme. 3 aliens in a trench coat.
3 aliens in a trench coat. Yeah, cool. I really don't know many other people. What was it? I think it was Aaron who accused you of maybe being possessed by the ghost of a non-crafter.
Yeah.
The only way that could work.
Well, I made it all the way to checkout, and the lady's like, she's looking at me like, with that, is that all look? And like, did you find everything okay?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, actually, this is all I needed. I'm not spending $100 today. It's a miracle. And she's like, yeah, wow, good job.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
But they didn't have any like amazing yarn sales or like fun new yarns or like clear out the old yarn or whatever. So like,
that's fair.
Nothing like caught my interest.
That's fair. All right. Hey, listen, whatever works.
So yeah, I got what I needed.
Right. Well, I've got one more project.
I have an entirely theoretical project. Yeah.
That's fine. I think I'm going to tell you no. Have theoretical.
We like theories here.
We do. I am finally ready for ball 2 of this beautiful dark green. Impeccable. Look at that green.
It's reading so as gray on my screen, but I believe you.
It's so blown out. I've got so much light going on. Will it pick it up better in the sweater format? Oh yeah, much better.
Oh yeah, that definitely looks more green.
All right, definitely better in the sweater format. I'm ready for my second ball, as you can see. Look,
ooh, yeah.
Not much left. I have knit exactly 4 rows.
Well, it counts.
They're the big. We're at the doing the last few repeats before you split for your sleeves. So you've got your sleeves plus your front plus your. These are like the really long rows where you're like, what have I done with my life to deserve this? So hopefully I could get through the other. I think I made a note. So if you guys ever wonder about me and notes per projects, right? If it gets complicated and I need a note, this is the extent of the note. This is it. And that's only if I'm doing repeats and I don't want to count because the stitch count gets high. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 12 more rounds, which is 6 more repeats of a 2-row repeat pattern for my increases. And then I can split for my sleeves. And then it's a bunch of body knitting and switching to the contrast color, and then a little bit of short row shaping so that the back is longer than the front. And then I'm done. It's sleeves, obviously, but sleeves are a whole other thing. And this has no deadline, so I can keep puttering with this whenever I've got a spare moment. It's enjoyable. It's quiet. It's acrylic yarn, so I can wash and dry this bad boy. There'll be no blocking. It'll be off, ends woven in the washer wear. And if I do it right and I get my ends woven in as I go, there's just my starting end and my finishing ends. So I should have 4. Because I can weave in my sleeve start. And then I'd have the start for my cast on and my body finish, and then 2 ends at the end of the sleeves. If I make sure to weave in my ends as I go.
But who actually weaves in their ends as they go?
I do now, because that Half Moon Tea has 6 or 7 ends because I did that for the most part.
Fair. Okay.
Now, and then the 8-bit does not. So like, that's going to be a pain in the butt to weave in ends. I'm like, nope. And I've been doing the blankets, like the big granny square blanket I did. I've got ends, but they're either partially woven in or they're at the start of the blanket, end of the blanket, not woven in sort of idea. So like, yes, I am a convert. And in shawls, I like the weave and Steven, because boy, do I not want to weave in ends on some shawls I've been making.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that on the Moherino.
Totally worth
It's
it.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have my beginning. Actually, I may have even managed to do that on my beginning end because it alternates colors every other row.
Okay, yeah.
So I
Possibly.
think all my ends are actually woven in right now.
Yeah, could you imagine being finished a shawl then going, oh, I just have this one end. Whoosh, done.
Yeah, I think that's the only way the ends are getting woven in on the mohair, medley. Because good grief, that's big.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So that's my last one. That's the one I'm puttering with. This is Saturday Morning Sweater by Dragon Horde Designs.
Okay, I'm gonna real quick talk about my theoretical knitting then. Let me
Sure, absolutely.
pull up a pattern. I'm like, I also really want to make a tank top. Like I was looking at those like knitted crop tops a while back, and I'm like, dang, I'm really into this.
I found
Let
one
me
that was a knitted tank that has a V-neck to it
let's see how big I can
that
make
I
this.
might
There we
do.
go. So I was on Ravelry the other night, and I'm like,
As
there's
one
got to be
does.
something. Yeah, as one does. Like I've got this stash back here. There's got to be something I can make out of like
Yeah,
fingering weight, like a crop tank kind of thing. There's got to be something.
something. Yeah.
And turns out the Summer Secret crop by Jessie May is free right now.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
So it is let
ribbing.
me pull this up.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
It is a tank top with little straps and is super basic. And at the smaller sizes, it's even a one skein wonder if you make it cropped.
Yes.
So I'm like right on the edge of being able to make it with one skein.
Mm,
So here's the plan.
I'm with you.
Here's the plan. Do you remember? Because I think we both bought this yarn at the same time.
It's entirely feasible. We tend to go woo and buy similar things.
So we bought this summer Barocco summer silk, and
Mm-hmm.
I think you got something else to go with it. But we were like really dead set on getting summer silk and holding it double with something to make shawls, and we were just going to
Yep.
freeform some shawls.
Yep.
And I
Now,
don't think that ever happened.
I totally fell off the bandwagon and made my bendy arrow out of the Barocco summer silk and a skein of what's the
That's
word
right.
I'm looking for? No, they're oh man, they're in BC. I like their yarn. They
Turtle.
it's
Was it
no
was turtle something?
no
Black cat.
no no. What's the ancient art yarns?
Ah,
Yeah, yeah, ancient art yarns because I love the name how they name their stuff.
right.
So I got because I got a white and like a really really rich kind of like blood red color range. So I made my bendy arrow out of that.
Yes, I remember
Yes,
that.
yeah,
Okay. Well,
really freaking nice yarn.
yeah. So the summer silk is I don't really know what weight it is, but it is silk, cotton, and nylon, and so dang soft. I've got it in this like purpley mauvey sort of color. I don't know.
Yep.
And then I've got this handmaiden fliss, which is 65% silk, 35% linen. And I'm gonna go with this as a lace weight.
Okay.
It's like white with purple.
Yeah.
But if I go with the original plan of hold these double
Mm-hmm.
to make the Summer Secret top,
Yes.
it's knit from the bottom up. So I hold them together from the bottom up, and eventually when I run out of, so like it'll be opaque more or less
Yeah.
because this is a heavier yarn than it calls for. So it'll be more or
Yes.
less opaque up to just above the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just keep going with the lighter weight yarn. So the top part is just like lace and the straps are like
Oh.
even thinner.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay,
that's the
I see where you're
plan.
going. I see where you're going with that. Okay.
This is my theoretical knitting because I'm super on board with all these knitted tops now. It's too hot for sweaters, but I still want to make clothing.
That's pretty much what it is. It's too hot for sweaters, and I want more of a handmade wardrobe. But I just can't justify making every single like sewing every single t-shirt by hand.
Yeah. And
I
this is
would get
it's like
bored.
it's silk and linen and cotton. Like it's
Yeah.
all of the summer fibers.
All the things. Yeah. No. I think that'd be great.
So I think I'm making a crop top at some point.
Be really handy for just puttering around the house in. Or
So
sitting
I'm
out in your kiddie pool in the backyard.
yeah. So I'm really excited about it. This is my theoretical knitting for
the week. We all fall down rabbit holes. Some of us more than others, but we all do. Oh, that's exciting.
That's all my knitting.
I love it. Well, it's all mine. All that I can talk about anyway, so.
I think that brings us to wool gathering then.
Yeah, let's gather some wool.
So warm. Okay, time for the unscripted Patreon ad. That yes. People seem to like for reasons.
I mean, I enjoy it, so.
If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you can do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast, because I finally looked that up. Support at any tier gets you access to our patron-only Discord, where we are active at all hours of the day, because we span most of the time zones, which is really cool. You also get early access to bonus content, which gets released on no schedule whatsoever. And we theoretically have a schedule for bi-weekly. We trade, so I don't know whether to call it weekly or bi-weekly blog posts.
Right now, bi-weekly, because I have absolutely not had time to pick up and do any of that yet.
Fair. Okay, they're currently bi-weekly blog posts where I do or cook something. I cook something experimental and blog about it, and it's usually successful, always edible, sometimes an abject failure, but still edible.
That works.
I tried to do some kind of rice a couple times ago, and it super did not work, but it was still edible, so it's good.
It'll do. I need to finish some stuff so I can get back to things I'd rather be doing.
Yeah, well, moving is stressful.
Life is stressful some days.
Yeah. What have I forgotten? Have I forgotten anything else? Oh, the monthly, the important thing. The monthly e-knit-in for the higher tier Patreon supporters is going to be on July the 24th, which is next Saturday. So it'll be the Saturday that is immediately coming up when this is released.
Yes, it is.
Because this is going to get released like nearly a week in the future.
Yeah.
Because of time. Time is weird.
Anyway,
so in a few days on July the 24th at noon Manitoba time, we will noon Manitoba time, we will have our e-knit-in where we just hang out and chat with the Patreon folks, because it's fun to see what other people are knitting and not have to talk as much.
It's nice. It's catching up with friends and people we know in the community. It's just, it's good fun.
Yeah,
it's good fun. It's one of the highlights of my month. It's just, I find it quite delightful.
Sometimes I take people on adventures. We went longboarding last time.
It's true, we did.
And then it rained. That was kind of cold.
Saw that super creepy statue.
Yes. God.
So
don't
creepy.
know who thought that statue was a good idea. It's so creepy, especially at night. Like, who wants to get off the train and see that?
Nobody.
Like, it looks like a creepy dude in a trench coat just standing there, like, waiting for who knows what. Like, serious creepy vibes. Except then he's not moving, and you get up close and you realize it's a statue, and then you realize the statue is just a bunch of woodland creatures in a trench coat. And it's so creepy. It's got like 8 different levels of creepy.
No, thank you.
It's terrible.
Thank you. No, thank
you. Dislike.
Oh, goodness.
On the other hand, maybe I should take some shawls and sweaters over to the to that statue to take finished object photos, because I think it would be funny.
I want a picture from Chris of you setting this up near this creepy statue. That's what I want.
The creepy statue can wear my shawls.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. All right. As always, we completely understand if budgets are a real life thing and they're too tight for you to support us financially. We are on several different platforms, and we will absolutely talk with you guys on them as well. Obviously, there's the YouTube comments down below. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days to check, but I do reply. We also have a Facebook group, which is still weird and kind of disconcerting to me because neither one of us are like super big on Facebook.
Yeah.
For various reasons. So we do check. We do have a moderator, and if something important comes up, she lets us know right away. She's really good at it. So we do have the Facebook group, which is great. I need to remember to start posting in there more often. I'm not as good as I should be at that. We're also on the Instagrams. Oh, I promise you I send Diana texts every once in a while, and it usually starts with, I love you. Please
I see that
post.
Little text preview come up, and I'm like, oh, I haven't posted in a few days, have I? Like a
Days.
week.
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 I don't bug you till
It's been a week and a bit, hasn't it?
It's been a week and a bit. I love you. Please post.
Yep.
Yep. So that totally happens. We will absolutely reply to comments and Instagram messages along that platform as well. We can be found in other places separately on the internet. Diana conveniently puts all of those links into the show notes for you guys, so you can come find us for some friendly light internet stalking, which we also enjoy because we participate in friendly light internet stalking. We do. And liking and commenting and subscribing are huge helps, guys. They just, help us grow the community and find more amazing crafters. And there is never enough amazing crafters in a person's life. It's just a rule.
No, we always need more crafters.
Just a rule. Have you been seeing Asa's posts on the Discord? Because she's test knitting the Jocelyn socks. Except she doesn't say the Jocelyn socks. She just says things like, I had to rip out Jocelyn today. What?
I know, it's great.
She's doing it on purpose. I'm like, what? Wait a minute.
She did it to me too when she was testing the Diana socks.
Huh? I finished Jocelyn today. What? No.
What do you mean finished? I don't understand.
Confused. Oh, right, the socks.
Wait, what do you mean I'm too big and you had to rip me out? I'm so confused.
What? It's so good. She's doing it on purpose, guys. It's so good. Oh, it's great. Super great. So that's always a big pile of fun, as the case may be. Oh, on the bright side, we're done that. And because I reread a book and then fell down a Criminal Minds rewatch hole, Disney Plus has all 11 seasons.
Good. Oh gosh, that's going to take a few days to get through.
It's going to take a while, guys. So, but I checked. I'm at 54 books for the year and my goal is 100. So I'm doing fine.
Yep.
And really, who needs to hear me wax poetically about how much I still enjoy The Martian? I'm good. And Diana's been so busy, she hasn't really had any time. So
nobody wants to hear about, I'm still reading the same book very slowly, which I need to read much faster because book club's next week. Oh no.
Ooh, yeah, that's the thing you gotta get done.
Okay, still going on. We have the hashtag NKP Spring Cleaning Cal. That is your big 5 skein adult projects. That's going until the end of July-ish. We're always pretty ish about it.
Yeah.
Post a picture on Instagram or in our Facebook group with the hashtag NKP Spring Cleaning Cal, KAL. That didn't have to be knitting, right? We were accepting crochet, sewing.
We're totally accepting other crafts. We just had to give the along something, and you could always do like the make along, but KAL just sounds better to me than MAL. So like,
it's easier to say Cal.
It's easier to say Cal. That's what I'm programmed for, so that's what we're using.
We also have the hashtag NKP Summer Sock Along, which started at the beginning of the month and is going until the end of September.
Yes.
She said with absolute confidence.
Absolutely.
So we're also accepting pictures of socks also on Instagram and in the Facebook group with that hashtag.
That one also has a Ravelry thread because
there we go.
While we're transitioning away from Ravelry, I didn't want to like pull the plug hardcore. So we'll alternate for a little bit. Sometimes we'll have a Ravelry thread as well. Sometimes we won't. So we'll help everybody get over that hump.
Yeah. And that's just adult socks, as many as you can do.
Adult socks, as many as you can do. Whips are welcome. We have no problem with whips.
We're all about finishing those whips because 2/3 is not complete.
Nope. It is neither horseshoes nor hand grenades. It does not count. Close does not count.
We're doing live episodes on the first Sunday of each month. Mm-hmm. The next one of those will be on August the 1st. That is at noon Manitoba time.
True story.
And you do live check-ins with Louise, who is Wildflower Wool on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Next one of those, I can't see around my microphone, is August the 5th.
It is.
At 6:30 Manitoba time?
6:30 Manitoba time.
Okay. Links to all of these things are in the show notes, which is in the description box or somewhere if you're listening on Spotify or wherever. I don't actually know where the show notes are because I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify. They're somewhere.
You can find show notes on the audio apps. It's usually in the about page. It'll link you to the show notes from there.
And there's also northernknitspodcast.com has all of our show notes.
It does. Because it's almost like we set it up that way.
Oh, and you're going to be a place that I guess is going to be past tense by the time this goes out.
Well, I mean, the Sunday it'll be past tense, but the Wednesday and then this is released, I'll be back up at the St. Norbert's Market for another fiber thing with Erin. So, while I'm technically 2 weeks post my second shot today, so I'm good to start doing stuff. I still should be careful because there's no sense in risking people, but I can start doing things, so that's exciting. So I'm gonna be helping Erin, who is Fireweed Fiber Co. I'm gonna help her do some yarn events and stuff because boy, do we love her yarn, and boy, do we love her. She took me apartment hunting this week. I was being very patient while I try to find a space, guys. We'll see. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about the lives. My brain's like, what do I want for dinner?
This is why I make show notes.
We need them.
Now we're done.
We need them. Now we're done. Okay.
Now we're done.
Now I will say, nope, I've completely forgotten my outro.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
And it's gone. We've only done this for what, 5 years now almost?
Like 4.5.
Oh my word.
We'll get it right one of these days.
Until next week, I'm Jocelyn, I swear.
I'm probably Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Oh God, we're just a disaster. We are a mess.